All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Talon Jenkins. Joined with our host, we got Ryan Gilbert and Joel Meyer. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight?
Doing good. It's a Monday, so it's kind of slower here. Long day, but yeah, I got a big slate of hockey tomorrow. Flyers got to bounce back, so yeah, I'm ready to go.
Mixed weekend myself. Only bet hockey. That was it was a lot better than Thursday, but still not very good either. Watched a lot of soccer. Didn't bet any of it, but the Bayern Munich unfortunately won in injury time, so it'll be a sweat to win the 50-1 ticket on Bayer Leverkusen. Still, I was hoping to get another 2-point cushion there, so it remains at 8 points. That'll be fun to follow. But Inter Milan totally crushed. Who did they play? Fucking Salernitana, one of those shitty teams, and 4-0, and they got the Serie A wrapped up. So that's nice at least. Hockey wasn't so good, but soccer was okay.
Yeah, I just got to preface this when a team that you really like is 7-0, it just feels good. The world's a lot of a brighter place, and even icing on the cake when your favorite team beats your buddy's favorite team, it's just absolutely fantastic. So I gotta say, I've had a great weekend, boys. It's been relaxing. I was talking to you guys before. It was my mom's birthday on Saturday, so went out, went to a museum. You know what's weird? Ryan, say museum for me. How do you say it?
Museum?
Oh, dude, American. You know where I'm getting at here? Americans say museum.
No, museum?
No, you do, dude. I got museum? Buddies that are American. They call museums museum. It's weird as shit. If you say museum, I want you to get in the Discord and tell us
where are they from in the States?
My buddy's from Washington.
That's just a fucking Washington accent.
It's a thing though. No, he's from Washington D.C., not Washington State. Sorry. Yeah. But I don't know. I've heard everybody I've heard that's American say it. They say it's so weird. I don't know. Anyways,
next time Dilly's in the voice, we'll have to come to say museum because he's our
hell
museum.
Yeah. Dilly's always hard for a nice museum, baby. Attaboy. But no, it was good, dude. Took Mama Jenks out for that. It was cool. Went out for a nice dinner after. It was great to see her and then my dad and everything too. So we had a good time. But yeah, it was a great weekend. Did pretty okay in hockey, all things considered. So what more can you ask for it, man? It was kind of a boring golf tournament. I didn't really bet anything. That's the one shitty thing about Live is all these guys. It's not as exciting anymore. There's not as many crazy things.
They stole them all.
I know.
Like John Rahm was supposed to play this. He put on a show last year at the Mexico Open for Finau.
Right.
Part
of it too.
It was taking all the talent.
Part of it because now events are elevated where all these big dogs we're not even going to go if it's not elevated, right? We're going to make our money, So I don't know, whatever. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports. We're going to get into that. Everybody go check out SGPN website. That's the place to be. Everything going on sport. We got 12 games tomorrow in the NHL on a Tuesday night. We're going to run through that. That's going to be sweet. What else is going on? Basketball is doing its thing. Baseball, fucking Toronto's lighting up. The city's on fire. Blue Jay talks began, and I hate it. I hate it so much. But every time I go into talk radio shows and listen to all this, everybody's talking Blue Jays, and I just got to fast forward and skip all this part and shit. But hey, man, if you like baseball, I'm sure that's great. Ryan, any update in the world of baseball we should know about or what?
Cody Bellinger back with the Cubs. It happened over the weekend. But yeah, if you like MLB, check out the I think MLB Gambling podcast. I think I saw Munaf saying they're doing the division previews this week, so that's a good thing to check out there.
Right on, man. Good shit. Ton of stuff in the world of sports. You can find all that information at the SGPN website. Be sure to go check it out. Listen to the other shows like Ryan was talking about. Shout out to boy Jeff Fox, the MMA Gambling Podcast. And be sure to read all the articles, man. Everybody's absolutely killing it. Ryan does an awesome job with his fantasy hockey articles. He's pumping out weekly. So be sure to check that out. We're getting to the end, man. We're getting down to the nitty gritty of not only the hockey season, but the fantasy hockey season. It's going to be over before we know it. So if you're trailing behind and you're looking to get a couple extra points, be sure to read his articles. He'll give you some help. And of course, man, shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord. It's been an awesome time in there lately. Everybody's having a blast, doing some good shit, winning bets, having some good conversations in there. It was a good weekend. The weekends in the Discord are always a little rowdy, because everybody's boozing. The weekdays are crazy too, because you got Jolie and Knox in there, and Colt and everybody's just boozing on whiskey all the time. And they're having a blast. But the weekends are always a killer time too, dude. So shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord. If you're not in there, you're not making money. If you want to get in there, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll point you in the right direction, or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account, social media assistant producer. We'll tell you everything you need to know in order to get you in there. Or what you can do is go to Frown Town, because my boy Joel, he's looking a little sad today. So he's going to the Frown store. So when you're at the Frown store, you'll see him in line right there with you, and you guys can be all sad, and maybe you can cheer up by asking each other how to get in the Discord, and it'll help you out.
I did have a baseball thought, actually. You know, at least the Toronto Blue Jays, the people in Toronto have an excuse because the team is in their city. Here, they all fucking cheer for the Blue Jays, even though they're in fucking Toronto and they hate the Leafs. But somehow it's okay to like the Blue Jays just because Vancouver doesn't have a team.
Canada's team, they say.
Got Seattle right there, though.
Same thing with the Raptors. Yeah, there's a lot of Mariner fans too. That's true. I think that makes a little more sense, even though we don't like that city either. But just find your own team. That's not like one of our historical rivals. So that's what I do anyway with football, basketball.
It's not just Vancouver, man. When I was working with the Blue Jays, when I first got my first job there, was running the stadium tours and shit. And so I'd run the tours, and also I'd give some of the tours. And so I'd be talking to these people like, "Where are you from?" And we're from Edmonton. I'd be like, "Oh, okay." And like, we fucking hate the Leafs, but they're just diehard Jays fans and shit, right? So it's like you said, like, just find a different city to cheer for, man. Like, what are we doing?
I don't get it.
Yeah. Whatever. Fair enough. I mean, Toronto's the best city in the world, so I kind of get it. But what can you do? All right, we're gonna move into our lock dogs and totals from last show here. We did good collectively. We had a great bounce back week after we got our asses absolutely handed to us a couple shows ago. Myself, I went 3-0, baby, up 3.86 units. Ryan went 2-1, up 1.58 units. Julie went 2-1, up 0.57 units. I'll kick us off here for my lock. Rangers money line versus Philly, minus 135. Close game here. I think this was like a 2-1 game. Ryan, you probably watched this game, so I'm sure you can talk more about it a bit later, but Rangers got the win. For my dog, Detroit puck line versus St. Louis, plus 164. This is like a 6-1 final or some shit like that. Detroit was all over him. They got up early, and I actually watched this game. It was the first game at like noon or something. I had it on the TV, and I was sitting with my dad having some beers and shit, and we're like, holy fuck, dude. St. Louis looked like shit. Detroit was all over them. They were putting the biscuit in the basket. Fucking Banner couldn't make a save to save his goddamn life. It was some good showing by Detroit. And then my total, Leafs, Colorado, over 6.5, minus 135. This was an awesome game. Bertuzzi with the hat trick was great to see. Obviously got it in overtime. So anytime we went overtime 3-3, I think it was a 4-3 final. Good for the over.
Yeah, for me, my lock was the Canadians Devils over 6.5, minus 120. It was not looking good. And there were 4 goals in the second period, and then 3 more late in the third to get a 4-3 there. So that was kind of by the skin of my teeth, but I think it was a good bet nevertheless. My dog were the Cats, the Panthers on the puck line. They were one of a few favorites that won in overtime, so that did not cash. But the total, Rangers Flyers under 6, minus 110. Yeah, Flyers outshot the Rangers 40-24. Shesterkin was, he was on one in that game. So that was Flyers got goalied in that one, but under 6 hit.
My lock was the Kraken money line. Not a good bet. They got smoked by the Wild, who had to come down from Edmonton on the back-to-back, and this was not close. They scored right away. I think it was 5-2, 6-2, whatever at the end. Kraken were not in this game. I said that they used up their welfare check against the Canucks, where they looked brilliant the game before, but they had nothing left to smoke for to play the Oilers here. Then the dog. This was my favorite bet of the weekend. I was heavy on the Flames, heavy on the over. Both of them were easy. Flames team total over 3.5, plus 175. They scored 3 goals in like the first 10 minutes, and it was all gravy from there. I feel proud of that one at least. The total, Capitals Panthers under 6.5, minus 122. Pretty much no doubter. There were like 1 goal through 2 periods, and a few goals towards the end of the third period. Either way, I was not sweating this one either. So that worked out. Plus, finally, I won a game in OT there, which is good because I was heavy on the Panthers money line at minus 210. So thankfully, that one came through too.
That was a good bounce back show, though, boys. We needed that after getting just fucking creamed the day before. So hell yeah, good job.
Yeah, fade that, Archer. Fuck off. All right, we're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. It was a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. It's the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Of course, got the Pick'em game there. Also have the best ball drafts. Love the best ball drafts there. MLB's opening up. Got NHL. I'm not sure if NHL playoffs has opened up yet, but that's definitely something to take advantage of. So sign up today with promo code HGP and get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pick'em special. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with the promo code HGP to get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pick'em special. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. And SGPN teaming up with Underdog to give you even more of a bonus. Sign up between now and end of the month, and 5 winners will receive an Underdog hat, Underdog shirt, and $50 SGPN gift card. Sign up today using promo code HGP and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/dog to enter the contest for your chance to win.
All right. Yo, okay. Straight before we do this, my girl and I just finished rewatching Breaking Bad. She never saw it. And it's like we just finished it last night and shit. And that little intro riff, the like dum 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 with a slide guitar, that shit's money, yo. It's been in my head all day. You know that riff?
Oh yeah, hell of a show.
Hell of a show. It was pretty heavy, yo. So I haven't rewatched that shit since like college, but it's great.
Saul, Better Call Saul.
No, is it good? Is it worth checking out?
Oh yeah, it's incredible as well. You got to survive like the first 3 seasons. It's worth it. It'll build up to something, but it's not like Breaking Bad. But after like the first 3 seasons, then it's a lot more like Breaking Bad and totally worth it.
Is Bill Burr in it? Because like he was one of his boys. No,
he might be towards the end. I can't remember. Okay. I know the big fat black guy is in it, but he's trimmed down though. He's not as fat in this.
Slim boy. Damn, good for him. What about the movie? Did you ever see the El Camino movie or whatever?
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
It wasn't great? Okay, well, don't ruin it for me. We're going to end up watching that. But anyways, hell yeah. All right, boys, we got 12 game slates left for Tuesday, February 27th. Are you ready to rock and roll here or what?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, yeah, baby. Let's rock and roll. First game on the docket at the 7 p.m. time slot. We got the Vegas Golden Knights against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game itself is in Toronto here. Vegas on the money line sitting at plus 142. Leafs on the money line at minus 170. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over at plus 100. The under minus 120 here. Don't look now. Leafs on a 7-game heater, baby, with a big win coming off against Colorado here. They're back home off I think it's like a 4-game road trip. Decent home team, dude. 15-10-2. You know, not bad, not great, but not bad. But they're playing red hot, dude. They're getting the depth score, and we talked about this a little bit last show, so we don't got to go into it, but Keith shuffling the lines has allowed for a bit more parity between all 3 lines, and everybody's putting the biscuit in the basket. Vegas still banged up. We talked about this a little bit with the likes of Mark Stone being out long-term. Jack Eichel is a kick in the pills as well. Defensively, they're coming back a little bit stronger, but still they're lacking on the offense. I like the Leafs minus 170 in this game. Samsonov is expected. Joseph Woll just got called back to the big club. With that being said, I don't expect we'll see him, tomorrow night against a good Vegas team. Maybe ease him in. Aiden Hill is confirmed for this game as well. Over under. To me, this is like a deceptive over game, like if that's weird to say, because like you think about the Leafs beat Vegas, what was it, like 7-2 or 7-3 the other day? You're like, oh, that's not going to happen again. There's no way in hell. Well, who knows? When you say Vegas, they're losing some of their stars, not going to be scoring a lot of goals here. The way Toronto's been putting the fucking puck in the net, dude, it's been crazy lately. I think 7 of their past 10 have been over 6.5 as far as games. And out of their 7 games that they've had on their 7-game win streak, like 5 out of the 7 have gone over. So until this team gives me a full-on definite reason not to bet them over, I'm going to keep doing it. So give me the over at plus 100. Give me Leafs on the money line minus 170. And sorry, Martin, 2 points, because Martin's been getting 2 points in like the past 7 games or something.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Add in a Matthews goal, minus 130, whatever it is there. Yeah, the Golden Knights here are not, they're completely beat up. Eichel's coming back early March, apparently. Mark Stone, Brett Howden out as well. Just another depth piece to join all those guys. They've been giving up a lot of expected goals against in the past 10 games, with the 3rd worst expected goals against per 60, only better than the Rangers and the Sharks. Leafs are generating some goals. So yeah, I love the Leafs here at home, minus 170. I wouldn't mind a puck line play possibly. They are coming off a long road trip, so you have to watch out for that. But 7 in a row, 5 of them by at least 2 goals. So yeah, I like the Leafs, and I like the over 6.5 too, especially at even money. I think Vegas is going to get 3 goals. They've been scoring 3 goals pretty consistently over the past 9 games or so. And the Leafs are also allowing 3 goals typically per game. So it could be like a 5-3 game here. So Leafs in the over for me.
You guys make a pretty compelling case for the Leafs here, and ordinarily I would agree, but the situation just sets up brilliantly for the Golden Knights here, who are really, really beaten up. Of course, you mentioned that, but they're beaten up morally too. They are demoralized after all this losing. You know what? I think they have the worst point percentage in the Pacific Division since the new year. And that includes like the Sharks and the Ducks and the Kraken. So yeah, they're not having a good time there. It's kind of understandable given the injuries and whatnot, but still, like this team's supposed to be ramping up for playoffs here. But that said, I think that the coach gets them going for this one. And the Leafs, yeah, they're hot. They're all that, but they're feeling themselves right now. 2 days off in between this game here, and then I think that they come out slow. Maybe a Golden Knights first period money line would be the play, but I'm going to take the game line money line myself. So yeah, I think the Knights are. This is a good spot for them to bounce back, even though they are clearly the inferior team right now. And yeah, I'll go with you guys to the over too. I did bet that, and I don't have any additional reasoning. So yeah, let's go Knights and over.
Right on. Moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot, we have the Buffalo Sabres against the Florida Panthers. Game itself is in Florida. Buffalo on the money line sitting at plus 185. Panthers on the money line at minus 225. Panthers on the puck line at minus 1.5, sitting at plus 110. Over-unders at 6.5. Over paying off plus 100. The under minus 120. Rye guy, let's throw this Cats game your way. What are we thinking?
Yeah, the Cats look like to be like the only elite team in the NHL right now that can be trusted. I know that the Leafs are on a heater. Rangers just had a heater ended by the Blue Jackets, but Florida's consistently playing great hockey, great at home, 18-8-2. Buffalo on the road is 14-11-3, so not too great there. And you know, Florida just won down in Buffalo, or up in Buffalo, 4-0 back on the 15th, so less than 2 weeks ago. I see a similar outcome here. You know, maybe Buffalo puts up a goal or two, but I don't think they're going to get more than that against the Panthers. Cats are getting good goaltending in net, whether it's Stolarz or Bobrovsky. So I like the Cats here a lot. Minus 225 is a bit steep, and I'm not going to trust them on the puck line again. So I'm just going to go with the under 6.5 at minus 120. Both of these teams have been heavy to the under this season. They've been under in 4 straight meetings dating back to last January. So see a low-scoring battle here between two Atlantic foes.
Yeah, Panthers had a kind of a crummy performance against the Capitals. Kind of lucky to win that one, but that was without Matthew Tkachuk. He should be back for this one. It's supposed to be probable, so that's a big deal. So yeah, I lean to the Panthers still. It's a big line here. I'm not going to be heavy on that or anything. This isn't a team you can really trust to win by margin, I don't think. Yeah, better play here would be the under 6.5. I think the Panthers will do a good job of at least slowing down the Sabres offense and yeah, win another 3-2 game because that's their kind of deal.
Yeah, I'm on the Panthers for this, but I'm on it for different reasons, and I kind of expect a little bit of a different game than what you guys are saying here. Yes, the Panthers' past 3 games haven't been great, man. A 3-2 overtime win against Ottawa, 1-0 loss against Carolina, a 3-2 overtime win against Washington. Those are kind of soft, you know, not great showings. You said one thing there, Julie, that's massive. That's with Tkachuk coming back in the lineup. He's an absolute killer, so we should inject some fuel into this lineup. But before that, their past 5 games, before that, it was 4-2 versus Washington, 4-0 win versus Avalanche, 5-2 win against Pittsburgh, 4-0 win against Buffalo, 9-2 win against Tampa. This is the Florida team that we're kind of used to seeing, especially this year. So I think that this is going to be them getting things back on track here. Look at their next 3 games. They got Buffalo, they got Montreal, and they got Detroit. So they should be licking their chops to kind of pop some goals and get some big wins here. So for that, I like Florida on the puck line, minus 1.5 at plus 110. Bit of a bounce back slate. Get the train rolling again here. As far as over-under goes in this game, I'm with you. I'm leaning towards the under 6.5, minus 120. You know, we just saw this game a week ago, 4-0. I'm kind of expecting to see something similar to that, like a 4-0 or a 4-1, a 5-1 final here. Just Florida coming out dominating the game. What do we always say? Division games matter, baby. Buffalo 8-7-1, 500 essentially when it comes to a gambling point of view. Florida 9-1-3. So they show up against these Atlantic competitions here, and I would expect to see that again in this game tomorrow night. Okay, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot. Again, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Philadelphia Flyers. Game itself is in Philly. Tampa on the money line sit at -125. Philly on the money line at +105. Over-unders at 6. Over paying off -115. The under -105. Ryan, I'm going back to you. We're double dipping, baby. Like mozzarella sticks in the marinara. You know, you're the mozzarella, I'm the marinara. Double dip right into me. Let's go here. How's everybody feeling with Philly? That was a bit of a tough loss against the Penguins the other night. Everybody still good?
It depends who you ask. Yeah, it's a tough loss on Saturday against the Rangers. They deserved at least a point in that one. And then against the Penguins, Cal Peterson was not an NHL goalie. He allowed 3 or 4 goals, short side that should have been easily stopped. Flyers scored 6 goals. It came back from two goal deficits to cut it to 1. I think twice in the third period. Probably deserved at least a point or 2 from that weekend. But back at home here against the Lightning. I am on the Flyers here, +105, though. The Lightning have been tough recently. They won on Long Island and then won in New Jersey the next night. So they've been playing better, but they've been very, very up and down, 3 in a row. So either way. So I'm going with the Flyers here, +102. I think they're going to get back at it here at home. Hopefully Konechny or Drysdale is available to go. Konechny missed both games this weekend, and Drysdale left Sunday's game with a shoulder injury. Hopefully, it should be Sam Ersson here in net. So Tampa Bay, without Sergachev, we talked about. Tanner Jeannot's out as well. Hayden Fleury's questionable. So as long as the Flyers can shut down that top line, which is going to be the big thing, I like him here at +105.
Yeah, Cal Peterson was not the only bad goal in that game. Tristan Jarry was brutal himself. But Crosby wasn't. Like, he was awesome in that one. That was vintage Crosby. Goal, 4 assists. And just absolutely manhandling the Flyers whenever he was on the ice. That's good to see. But for this one, I do want to bet the Flyers here. For the Lightning are a bit scary what they've been playing on this road trip. Very impressive. Not like they've been playing for most of the season on the road, at least. So I'm going to stay away. Lean to the Flyers still. Kind of go with the under 6, though. Vasilevsky's playing a little better now, especially in this road trip. And the one game against the wasn't the Devils, because that was Johansson. It was the game before. Who they play again? It was the Islanders. Yeah, it was the Islanders. Yeah, he was good in that one. Yeah, and they shut him down. The Islanders scored like a garbage time goal, whatever. So yeah, giving the under 6 -105 would be another lean for me. I haven't bet this game at all, though.
Ryan, what's the word on Drysdale and Konechny? They're both out?
No update on either of them. I imagine Konechny will play. He pulled something in practice on Friday, so it was tough for the turnaround there. I hope. I would say he's probable, and Drysdale is probably doubtful. Drysdale could be out longer term due to a shoulder injury. It was the same shoulder that he missed 4 to 6 months with last season. With he had surgery for that, for a torn labrum. So wait to see for Drysdale, but I think Konechny should be good to go.
Fingers crossed. It's nothing too crazy for the kid. Yeah, you guys both brought up some good points there. My lean on this is kind of a bit towards Philadelphia here. Yeah, sure, they're not the greatest home team in the league. Tampa's been struggling on the road. Maybe not as of late, but just overall. Joel, you're right. Vasilevsky has played a lot better than what he was heading into the past, week and a half or so. Shit, man. I don't know. I got to go with the Flyers here, right? Like, the Torch is going to have the boys ready to kind of show up a little bit. Tampa that's been the thing with Tampa. It's been like 2 steps forwards, 1 step back for this team a lot this year. As soon as they've gotten some ground, they've kind of pissed it all away. And this isn't a slouch team they're playing against, man. This Flyers team is going to show up. They always do bring the energy and ready to go. So I'm going to lean towards Philly at plus money at home, +105. Don't love it, but it's a lean. And then for my total on this one, I'm with you guys. I'm kind of leaning towards the under on this. Like we said, Vasilevsky has been playing fine. And Samuel Ersson has been, solid, in relief this year since taking over. So Philly doesn't really score too many goals. They're not like the craziest offense team. They generate a lot of shots, I guess. Their power play needs a bit of work. They just, I don't know if
30th or something.
They're last.
Yeah, they're close to last. They're awful.
That's a tough goal, right? But yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to lean towards the under in this game, and I'll lean towards the Flyers slightly.
One more thing. This is another game between 2 teams playing for the playoffs, and that was the case with the Islanders and the Devils games for the Lightning. So you can see that they're playing a little bit more of a playoff style than the run and gun, gung-ho hockey they're playing for much of the season.
If this team peaks at the right time of the year, like going into playoffs, look the fuck out, man. Like, I wouldn't want – imagine finishing first in your division and you got to play fucking Tampa Bay as a wild card team. Like, that's tough. All right, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot. We got the Arizona State University Coyotes against Le Habitant, Le Biche, Bleu, Blanc, et Rouge, the Montreal Canadiens. Arizona on the money line sit at -120. Canadians on the money line at +100 at home. Arizona on the over-under sitting at 6.5, overpaying off -108, the under -112 here. I don't know how I feel about this game. Clayton Keller is out indefinitely with an upper body injury for Arizona. That's a big loss, dude. He's arguably probably the best player on their team, so that sucks. That being said, Montreal has just been miserable. They're on a 5-game losing streak, but so is Arizona. They've lost 12 in a row. So what am I even saying here? This game sucks, dude. Arizona's been terrible on the road. Habs have been terrible at home. I don't know how I feel here. Fuck it. You know what? I owe it to Habs fans. Give me Montreal on the +100 on the money line. Let me make it up to you. Psych, no fucking chance. Give me the Yotes. Desert fucking Dogs. -120 on the road. You know what's going to be insult to injury to those scumbags in Montreal is the goddamn 0-12 Coyotes coming in and kicking your wheels off in front of your own barn on a Tuesday night. Give me the Yotes -120 here. Neither team scores a lot of goals. Neither team generates a lot of shots, baby. So it's not a great look here. With that being said, I'm going to be looking towards the under as well in this game. 6.5 -112. Teams kind of suck defensively. Montembeault is confirmed. He's been, I think, better than Jake Allen. Maybe Habs fans will tell me otherwise. And then Connor Ingram is back and expected to play in this one as well. So under 6.5. Give me the Yotes.
I did not know Connor Ingram's back. That might change my pick here, but I do like the over here. Over 6.5 and -108 isn't great. You can get my over 6 at -124 at Bet Parks or Bet Rivers can be books. So I would prefer that, but I still like the over here. Both teams are capable of putting up 3 or 4 goals themselves. Not going to be playing very tight defense with both teams not exactly in the playoff race. And I don't trust really any goalie. I guess Ingram maybe if he's truly healthy. Ingram played last game. He allowed 4 to Winnipeg. Yeah, so he is back. But yeah, I still see an over game here, and a lean to the Habs at home. Maybe a Habs team total. Tough to handicap this. So just the over.
Yeah, one of these teams has to win, has to break their losing streak here. And yeah, the market sees the Coyotes as a bit of a better team, but I don't think that's the case right now. They're not playing like it. Canadians actually, they've been competitive in these games that they've been losing. So I think that they can get off the schneid here against a lousy Coyotes team who are missing their best player, as Talon said. And Connor Ingram did not have it in that game against the Jets, and I don't think that he'll have it for a couple more as he wears off the rust of his injury. So give me the Habs here, but I still like the under 6.5. I think the Canadians are good enough defensively, and the Coyotes, yeah, their offense is pretty much shite these days. So Habs in the under for me.
Okay, moving to the 7 p.m. time slot again. We got the Washington Capitals against the Detroit Red Wings. Game itself is in Detroit here. Washington on the money line sitting at +150. Red Wings on the money line -180. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over at +110. The under -130 here. Caps are on the second night of a back-to-back. Who's in net tonight for them? It's
Kemper.
Kemper got the nod tonight, so we'll see Lindgren in net for this game. I imagine he's been the better goalie out of the two for this season, at least. With that being said, man, I know that they were only playing St. Louis, but when I watched that Detroit game the other day, these guys were buzzing on all cylinders, man. They looked good. I believe they've been good at home all year long, too. What's the record? 17-8-5 at home. That's pretty admirable. They won the past 5 games on a 5-game heater. Things are pushing for Detroit. Potential playoff team. We talked about the other show. Ryan was like, oh, yeah, -250 to make playoffs. Yeah, it's a good fucking bet. Well, you know what, Ryan? To me, I don't think Detroit's that good, all right? So to see them on a heater.
I don't either.
Maybe they are good. Maybe they are, though. Like, defensively, they got to be the most mid team in the NHL. They just signed, 4 mid guys to $3 million a year for, 6 years on the offseason. That was crazy. I like them.
Justin Hall started right, but he's got a few scratches since then.
That's it. He's not even playing. I think he's, been scratched 7 of the past 10 games or some shit like that. But you know what? It takes depth to win in the playoffs, right? That's what they say. So, either way, I kind of like Detroit in this game with Washington on a back-to-back -180, especially with the Detroit at home. Alex Lyon is expected to play. He's been solid all year. 17-8-2 record, 2.68 goals against average, .916 save percentage. And we just talked about Charlie Lindgren. He's been great too. So the under 6.5 and -130 is very enticing in this spot as well. Give me the under. Give me the Wings.
Yeah, Red Wings here are the play -180. Definitely see this going higher by puck drop with the Caps on a back-to-back, plus travel, plus, I could see the Sens getting back in this game and making it a fight. But yeah, Red Wings here are just a much better team. The Caps are somehow in the playoff race too, but they have no chance. So yeah, Red Wings minus 180 at home, 1-5 in a row. Cool to see Kane score the game winner back in Chicago, I guess. But Red Wings minus 180.
Not cool at all. I was on the Blackhawks there. Great number and all that. They were all playing the Red Wings. Fucking fluky third period goal. Then that stupid shit. He scored against the Avs in OT2 the week before. So I'm really pissed off at Patty Kane right now. But yeah, the Capitals continue to get away with some crazy ass shooting percentage again against the Senators here. Of course, they're helped by the same old shitty Sens goaltending, but still, at some point it's going to dry up the goals. With Charlie Lindgren in it, I'm not exactly jumping to back the Red Wings, who are themselves riding an unsustainable shooting percentage these days. So this is an under or nothing for me. I think that this is more of a lower scoring affair with two good goalies at least. I'll give Alex Lyon his dues, and I just think that the goals dry up somewhat here, even if the Capitals on the back-to-back. So under 6.5 would be my only look in this one.
So are you saying that the Red Wings PDO is expecting regression?
Yes.
You'd be proud of me. The other day I was looking at defensemen and I was looking at expected goals against per 60 numbers. So you guys should be happy.
There you go.
And you know what? I was looking and I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid. So I stopped looking, but I looked. So there you go. All right, moving on to the 8 p.m. time slot here. We have the St. Louis Blues against the Winnipeg Jets. Game itself is in Winnipeg here. St. Louis on the money line at plus 160. Jets on the money line minus 192. Bit of juice there if you're just Jets on the puck line minus 1.5, sitting at plus 124. Over unders at 5.5. Over paid off minus 125. The under plus 105. Mr. Meyer, what's going on in the booming city of Winnipeg besides the team being halfway out the door, baby?
Yeah. This is another team, just like the Capitals and the Red Wings. I'm expecting regression from their PDO, especially in terms of their own goal scoring. They create a lot of chances off the rush, whatever. So that leads to more of a high finish rate. So that's kind of explains it somewhat. But still, this is a fake team. The Jets are not exactly playing as well as they used to, like in the first third of the season, middle third, whatever. But they're playing well enough to beat this stupid ass Blues team. So give me the Jets in regulation. It's kind of scary considering the Jets tend to go to overtime with their their lower event style of play. And but I'll still do the regulation just because minus 192 is too much to lay against the Blues team who continue to fuck me up all the time. So yeah, give me the Jets here and give me the under 5.5. I think that this is a goalie game potentially between Hellebuck and Bennington, who's been on fire, or Joel Hofer. He's been good too. Jets for sure, under lean.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Jets money line is a bit too high to lay, minus 92. And Joel pointed out they've gone to overtime back-to-back games, so not necessarily going to play the puck line, but I think they could get this one done in regulation. Blues haven't gone to overtime a lot recently, coming off a 6-1 loss in Detroit, now going up to Winnipeg there. As Joel said, Blues are frauds. I'm glad they're finally out of a playoff spot, so we hopefully don't have to worry about that too much. So yeah, Winnipeg regulation, whatever that's paying, minus 140-ish, minus 150. I think that's a good play. And yeah, I'd lean to the under here, even at 5.5. You are getting plus odds, plus 105. Jets have gone under 30 out of their 30, 19, and 7. The under is 30, 24, and 3 for the Blues. So both under teams, even though this is 5.5. So Jets regulation and the under.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I like that regulation play a lot too. I know the past 2 games for Winnipeg have gone to overtime, like you guys said. Sean Monahan day-to-day with an illness as well. Hopefully he'll be back, giving them some center depth. With that being said, dude, the Jets division record is just unbelievable. 15-3-1 compared to St. Louis's 7-10-1. They show up against these big division games here. And like you said, St. Louis, they fell out of a playoff spot. They're frauds, let's face it. I don't think any of us think the Blues are going to be doing any significant damage this year. They've been holding on for dear life. The fact they made it as far as they did is admirable, I suppose. But come on, what are we talking here? We're talking about the fucking Jets against the Blues. So don't galaxy brain it. Give me the Jets in regulation as well, whatever that's sitting at. What did we say, minus 130 or something around there?
125.
125. Okay, cool. Over under in this game. Yeah, I think we could have a sneaky goalie game here, man. Like, poor Binnington. I should have looked this up. I wonder where he's sitting at shots against per in the league, because I feel like the Blues give up a hell of a lot of shots against per game, but whatever. We'll check that out another time. But yeah, he's been playing well compared to what he's been seeing. The defensively, they're not that great in front of him. And then Connor Hellebuck, it's the exact opposite. You have a great goalie with a great defensive team playing a great defensive system. So the under 5.5 at plus 105 is enticing. If there is an early goal in this game, like the first 5 minutes, and you see that number jump up to 6.5 at like minus 135 or something, or even 6, I'll be all over that live. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that as well.
All right. We are brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bets revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot, which picks have value. So stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
Okay, heading down to the 8 p.m. time slot here. We have the Carolina Hurricanes against the Minnesota Wild. Game itself is in Minnesota here. Carolina on the money line sitting at minus 155. Minnesota on the money line at plus 130. Over-under sitting at 6, both over-under paying off minus 110 here. I don't know what to make of this matchup, man. Like, Carolina, obviously, they're a better home team, but they've been decent on the road too, 15-11-2. While they're below 500 at home here, they're on a 2-game winning streak. They played well the past couple games, actually, a couple big wins. I think Carolina's just a much better team, though, man. Minus 155, I think there's definitely some value on that. Is that the first one to have a back-to-back for Carolina? No, it's not. So, yeah, I really like them. Canes minus 155, and as far as over-under in this game goes, I'm leaning towards the over. Gustafsson has been shit this year. We talked about this, 3.23 goals against average, 0.896 save percentage. Peter Kochetkov, his numbers are getting better, bro. Maybe I gotta turn my thoughts on this guy a little bit. At 2.36 goals against average, a 0.910 save percentage is pretty heavy. With that being said, Carolina is one of the top defensive teams in the league. First in the league when it comes to shots on goal allowed per game, not allowing a lot of goals. Their penalty kill is elite, third in the league as well. And they don't really take a lot of penalty minutes. But I'm still going to lean the over 6 and minus 110 here. Maybe the push is in play, even if it's like a 4-2 win, maybe a 5-2 empty netter or something.
Yeah, this is getting a bit steep here at minus 155. It opened closer to minus 130, I believe. So still, minus 155 might not be too bad here for the Canes. They do have back-to-back losses, but they're a team that plays solid defense. They're a team that thrives playing on the road, playing that good road hockey under Rod Brindamore. It's going to be the third game in 4 nights, going from at home to at Buffalo, now Minnesota. Minnesota coming home from a 3-game road trip out west. Not sure how they're going to do bouncing back, coming back home. So, yeah, Kane's just a much better team. Also, Joel Eriksson Ek is questionable for the Wild, which would be a big loss for them. So, yeah, Kane's minus 155 and a lean to the under, but can't take an under in a Wild game.
Yeah, the Wild are a confusing team these days. Like, they look like world beaters one game and then just like total dog shit the next. They were lucky to win against the Oilers. Gustafsson had a vintage 2022 season performance there. I think it's 41 of 43 shots, something like that. And the Oilers just ran him over. They just couldn't score on this guy. And then the Wild just played like Titans against the Kraken. Dominated that one, even on the back-to-back. So I don't understand this team, really. That 10-7 game was probably the weirdest game of the season against the Canucks. So the Wild are a mystery to me. So minus 155 here. Still leaning the Hurricanes, but I don't want to pay all that juice exactly for it or something that is an unknown. For the total, I guess I'll lean to the under. But I didn't bet the total at all, so we'll skip that. I'm not even giving you a lean. I'm not even giving you a lean. Hurricanes wild. It could go over. It could go under.
I don't know, Jim. You can't give us a little. What was that movie or that song "Lean Back" by Fat Joe back in the day? And he was so fat he leaned back like 1 inch. You can't even give us a little 1 inch lean back, Jolie, or no?
1 inch. I'll give you a 1 inch.
You've been giving 1 inch your whole life, baby. All right, moving down to the AP. Oh, sorry, I wanted to say, Ryan, you fired me up there when you said road hockey. You got me buzzing. We used to
like street hockey. Yeah,
dude, we played road hockey every day growing up, man. It was the best. Even in college, we'd all come home. We'd just be smoking bowls and crushing beers in my buddy's garage and just firing out some road hockey. But he would go full goalie gear and net. It was a blast. All right, moving to 8 p.m. time slot here. We have the Ottawa Senators against the Nashville Predators. Game itself is in Smashville here. Ottawa on the money line at +120. Preds on the money line at -142. Over under sitting at 6.5. Both over under paying -110 here. Ottawa on the second night of a back-to-back here. This one just got interesting. They're currently losing 6-3 to Washington. Forsberg started the game for Ottawa, led up 4, and I think got pulled after the first period. So Korpisalo's in net now. Both goalies seeing ice time in this game, then having to fly out from Washington to Nashville. I don't know if that's a far flight or not. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not close. So it's a far flight. There you
it's
go. Geography. Is it? I don't know.
I'll get it for you. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know the price too, if you don't mind. Yeah. So I don't know who we'll see in net here. Maybe Korpisalo, maybe Forsberg. Either way, it's kind of a bit shaky here. With that being said, I absolutely love Nashville in this game because of this. -142 is fair. Truth be told, I kind of like Nashville in regulation even. You can get them at +105. Preds are on a 5-game winning streak. All 5 of those games have been won in regulation as well. They're not really a great home team. They've been better on the road than they have been at home. But this is more so me just kind of fading the Sens a little bit when they're in shambles. Sens are also 8-14-1 on the road this year. Probably going to be 8-15-1 after this game tonight. So love the Preds in regulation. Over under. Maybe the over. Both teams can score. Nashville's been getting a little bit better when it comes to scoring as of late on this winning streak they're at. Defensively, neither team has much to write home about those. So the over is an okay look, I suppose, but I don't really love it. But I do love the Preds.
It's 2 hours nonstop. You can get round trip $88 and like a pretty good deal there.
Holy shit! Why is it so cheap to fly like in the States?
Well, because then you got to fucking pay for carry on and bags and shit on top of that. So,
oh my god, that's crazy, dude. That would be like $400 here.
Yeah. For this one, when I first looked at it, I was like, okay, both teams in a bad spot. Ottawa on a back-to-back. Nashville coming home from a West Coast trip. This is going to be their third game in 4 nights. That's going to be tough for them to get up for. But this Sens team tonight just has not been good against the Capitals. They played both goalies, like Talon said, so you're not sure who's going to start tomorrow down in Nashville. And the Preds have been a really good team. I mean, they aren't quite there at home, 14-15-0, but they've been a great team in the past 10 games. Maybe not so. Their expected goals for number is down in the bottom 10, but they've been able to get out some wins against some decent teams, Kings, Knights. Besides that, I guess not great teams, Blues, Sharks, and Ducks. But the Sens fall right in line with those not great teams there. So I do like the Predators here at -142. Also like the Predators team total over 3.5. They've scored at least 4 goals in each game during their 5-game winning streak. And Ottawa can easily give up 4 goals, as we saw tonight.
Yeah, pointing out something in the chat from Joseph Spencer. I called him a different name last time. My apologies. I don't remember even what name I called him. But he said, so glad you guys are going. So glad you guys are going. I'm tired of the Kyle Filipowski vaginal injury / crowd storming debate.
What the fuck is that you talking about?
Talon's ignorant of
Talon didn't know.
college troops.
Oh.
So basically, some guy got injured in the crowd storming. So now they're trying to ban the crowd storming, which is stupid. I mean, they do it probably too much, but just get rid of it.
They were favored. They were favored by 3 points. You can't storm the court when they're favored.
It's dumb, even when it's Duke. So yeah, that said, we're not interested in that kind of shit. I just gave my quick opinion there. Anyway, for this game. The Predators are they're hot. They beat the Kings. They beat the Knights in that road trip. They kind of leaking oil, running out of gas against the Sharks and the Ducks, but they still got the job done, which is what you want to see in a team that's fighting for the playoffs. But coming now home after that road trip is not the best spot. But with the Sens going all the way from Washington to Nashville is not ideal. And yeah, I mean, the Senators have been kind of a resilient team, but I think the Predators are just that much better right now. And with the Senators using both goalies, that's not ideal either. And the Predators did have 2 days off, so yeah, give me the Predators here, -142, and leaning to the over, but I think I like Ryan's team total play more.
Preds had 1 day off. They played yesterday.
Oh, they played Sunday. Yeah, my bad.
Sens tend to play up to better teams and kind of down to mid or lesser teams as well. That's what it seems like. So, like the Preds even more. All right, moving down to the 9 p.m. time slot here. We have the LA Kings against the Calgary Flames. Game itself in Calgary here. LA on the money line set at -122. Calgary on the money line at +102. The over-unders at 6. Both over-under paying off -110. Truth be told, man, both these teams have been playing some pretty damn good hockey as of lately. Flames are on a 3-game winning streak heading into this. They're also 7-3 in their past 10. But LA's 7-2-1 in their past 10 as well. Calgary hasn't been great at home this year, kind of a 500 team. LA had that absolute heater to start the season when it came to road games, so it's kind of hard to look into their road numbers. They've kind of mellowed out as of late, but still 18-7-4. That's pretty admirable. Tough game to cap here, man. I kind of got to go with the Kings because I feel like the Kings obviously are a playoff team. I'm not convinced the Calgary are. Of course, they're going to be probably selling more towards the deadline. So it just makes no sense for them to win. But I mean, they've been proven you're wrong. But if you're looking for a real lean in this, my favorite, I feel like I brought it up a lot this show, division games, baby. LA 8-2-3, Calgary 7-6-1. So if you're looking for a little bit of an edge to the Kings, that kind of supports it as well. Over under in this game, I'm definitely leaning towards the under. I wish Riddick was playing because he's been pretty good. But Markstrom's been. I never thought I'd say that, but Markstrom's been an absolute stud for the Flames here. So I don't know. I don't like it, but I'll take the under 6 -110.
Yeah, this is a back-to-back here for the Kings. The game hasn't got underway yet tonight in Edmonton, but like as we saw over the weekend with the Flyers and Rangers, both of those teams gave it their all in that rivalry game. And they were kind of spent on Sunday against worse opponents in Pittsburgh and in Columbus. So I think just going based off that, I like Calgary here a little bit as a dog, but you never know what you're going to get with the Flames here because like they are talking about trading people, so you don't know what kind of motivation they have. And the Kings have really bounced back a lot recently after firing their coach, finally getting their act together. And Cam Talbot's been better. In his past 2 starts, he allowed 1 goal in each of them while making 29 and 32 saves. So yeah, I would lean to the under 6 here at -110 and a slight lean to the Flames at +102.
Yeah, Daniel Vidar got the start on Saturday because of somewhat of a surprising injury concern to Jacob Markstrom.
What a wild game that was. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, especially if you're back in the Flames in the over. So Markstrom should be back for Tuesday. I don't know if it's a huge deal, but just something to monitor. But yeah, I still like the Kings regardless, even if Markstrom plays. They're just playing better hockey now, and they're finally getting some goal scoring. Dubois is finally putting the puck in the net. It's taking them long enough. The back-to-back, though, we haven't seen the game against the Oilers yet, so that's always tricky. But I bet the Kings, so I'm not too scared of that result. So give me the Kings, and again, it's Riddick tonight then against the Oilers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So we'll get Talbot against the Flames. That's interesting. You'd think that Talbot would be playing against the Oilers there, his old team. But anyway, give me the Kings. No play for the total.
All right, heading down to the 9:30 p.m. time slot. We have the Dallas Stars against the Colorado Avalanche. Game itself is in Colorado here. Dallas on the money line at +120. Avs on the money line sitting at -142. Over-unders at 6.5. Overpaying off +100. The under -120. Mr. Meyer. Avs coming off a big kick in the ass by the best team in the league here. How are they going to bounce back against the Stars?
Another back-to-back game here with the Stars playing in Dallas against the Islanders. Then they have to go up to Denver. The altitude is never friendly to teams in that kind of situation. So that's definitely an advantage for the Avs. Obviously, the Stars have Jake Ottinger in net for this one with Wedgwood playing the Isles. So they have that going for them, I guess. But with the Avalanche coming off that loss, this team can't play a complete 60-minute game. Dominant in the first period. McKinnon was everywhere, but he doesn't get much support. And yeah, let the Leafs back in the game, and then stupid ass fucking Mikko Rantanen flipping the puck over the net with nobody near him. Such a stupid ass penalty that was. Yeah, that sucked. But yeah, I think they've bounced back here with these games are always fun. So I'll give me the over as well with the Avalanche, the firepower going off, and the Stars on the back-to-back usually tends to lead to more goals. Stars are an over team this year, even with Ottinger in net a lot of the time. So yeah, give me Avs on the over. And Nichushkin back from the
yes,
or cleared to return at least. I don't know when he'll exactly play, but should be soon.
Yeah, practice today. Good to see that. Tyler Seguin out for the Stars. It's kind of a big hit to them. Yeah, the Stars here on a road trip. This is their 5th game of the road trip. They did win in Carolina, but going to Colorado, I say it every time, Colorado is one of the best home ice advantages in the league, 22-6 after a tough loss against the Maple Leafs. But going to bounce back here at home. -142. I think that line's way too low. I like that quite a bit. I'm not sure why I didn't lock that up, but maybe I should change it. So yeah, love the Avs here, and I lean to the over as well. This could very well be a first round playoff preview if the Jets hold on to the Central there. So this should be a fun one.
That would be a hell of a matchup. Jeez. Yeah. I'm with you on the Avs here, man. Dallas on the second end of a back-to-back, and then plus traveling to Colorado in the high altitude. That's a kick in the pills. Colorado's just so sick at home. You guys talked about it, 22-6, so I'm not really going to go over it. What is worth noting here, over under, I love the over in this game. 6.5 at +100 here. We know Jake Ottinger is an awesome goalie. We all talked about this, but his numbers this year aren't that great, dude. 2.92 goals against average, .903 save percentage. Like, those are human. His record's off the hook, 21-10-4. That's great. But he's letting in some goals, man. And the Stars, they're not a terrible defensive team. They're kind of upper middle of the pack here. And then Colorado's had some troubles keeping the puck out of their net this year. So the over is an awesome play, I think, especially at plus money at 6.5. I really like that. And then, I'm on Colorado -142. Okay, moving down to the 10 p.m. time slot. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Vancouver Canucks. Game itself is in Vancouver here. Pittsburgh on the money line sitting at +130. Canucks on the money line at -155. Over under is 6.5. Overpay now +102. The under -122. Dude, as sick as Colorado is at home, Vancouver is awesome at home too. 25-2 at home this year. That's absolutely sick. I don't know if this is the time to say this or not, and it's kind of stupid, but I haven't given up on the Penguins yet, bro. I know everybody's kind of written them off from playoffs and saying, no, they don't stand a fucking chance. Realistically, they're 7 games back of Philadelphia to secure that 3rd spot in the Metropolitan. They got 4 games on hand here. The thing is, it's how you use those games, right? So they got to start fucking winning if they want any chance. Do I think they're going to go into Vancouver and get it done? No, I don't. The Canucks are just too good, man. So I'm going to be all over Vancouver at -155 here. Even though I'm not convinced they're going to be a great playoff team, they're still a great regular season team. And then the over-under in this game. Oh, Jari had a tough go the other night, but he's overall been solid this year. Demko's been fine too. I don't know what it is, though. I just feel like every time I watch a Canucks game, it's kind of lackluster. And then by the end of the game, it's like 5-4 or 5-3 or something stupid like that. I'm going to lean towards the over over 6.5 at +102 and give me Vancouver.
Yeah, I'll keep it quick. I don't know what's up with this line. Maybe Joel can tell me why Canucks are only -155, but I absolutely love that here. Pittsburgh has one line now with Gensel out, and that's barely it. I mean, and we saw Crosby had 5 points on the 7 goals against the Flyers. They have Brian Rust now out as well. That's a big hit for them. So they're going to be done. Give me the Canucks -155. We have my bud Alex in the chat here asking for a live bet for tonight. I'd say for me, take +1.5 for whichever team gives up the first goal in Kings Oilers. I could see a close game, overtime game there, and I'll give you a prop for tomorrow too. Take the Owen Tippett shots on goal ladder. He tends to shoot the puck a lot, especially if Konechny is out. But yeah, for this one, Canucks -155.
Right. Brian Rust injury is huge because now Crosby doesn't have either of his line mates, and it takes a certain kind of skill to play with Crosby. So that's a bit of a blow. You can't just adapt your game to his that quickly. The Canucks here, I think, are a bit cheap at -155. Dominant home team, Penguins up and down. They're just coming off an emotional 7-6 win against their hated rival, the Flyers. And yeah, all the way across country now with the time zone thing. just 2 days later. It doesn't set up well. Canucks also coming off a big win against their hated rival too, the Boston Bruins, and it was like the Canucks heard Talon calling him soft and comparing him to the Leafs, because that was anything but a soft performance. Like JT Miller making Marchand his bitch, Noah Juleson laying the lumber, Nikita Zadorov being dominant all game long, Tyler Myers even hitting people, and this is without they're the most physical player in Dakota Joshua. So I love to see it.
Soft. What I saw soft.
You only saw overtime, and all overtime is soft.
I saw the last 2 minutes of regulation.
Okay. When they tied it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Tocchet said JT Miller willed this team to victory here. That was a huge game for them. That would have been 5 losses in a row. Even though they were the better team against Boston, that would have been further demoralizing. So that was a huge win for the rest of the season, maybe even going to playoffs, giving them confidence. So I think that was one of the very important game. But anyway, yeah, for this one, giving the Canucks here, I think that they can go on a roll here. You have a lot of home games coming up. Tough games, a lot of tough opponents, but a lot of them at home. So give me the Canucks here. And lean to the under 6.5. I know Jari's been struggling lately after an excellent start to the season, but he's fighting it a little bit. So it's tough that way, but the Penguins are still struggling to score, even with the crazy 7-goal performance against the Flyers, albeit with Cal Peterson in the net. Still like the under 6.5 here. Canucks one of the best defensive teams in the league, and their power play just can't score right now. So, and that makes both teams. These are 2 of the worst power plays
for real.
Among every team fighting for playoffs. So, yeah, give me the under 6.5. Give me the Canucks.
Speaking of not playing soft, how about for this fucking Matt Rempe character for the Rangers and his fight against Delarier on Saturday? Just absolute banger of a fight
of the year, I think. And that is 3rd or 4th fight already. Like
5 games or something like that.
He's fought in every game but 1, I believe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But that's how you make a name for yourself, bro. Like, and people saying like, oh, you can't be doing this. And well, the kid wouldn't be in the league if he wasn't doing this. It's as simple as that, right?
But,
so,
I don't, not to get too off topic, but like you as long as you're taking care of him and he's like in a good mental space, yes. Because we've seen enforcers go down a bad road. So I'm trusting he is. He had a goal and an assist this weekend, so maybe he can stick around. But like as long as he's not asked to fight almost every other game, that I feel like it's fine.
He's just loving it. He said he's having fun.
I think exactly.
Same birthday as Bertuzzi, because I know he scored on his birthday, and just like Bertuzzi did on Saturday, so he's got that going for him too, I guess.
You know what? Yeah, that's big. But Ryan, it's an interesting point. We don't gotta go too crazy into it, but like I've been in dressing rooms where like I'll never forget, dude. So my first junior game, regular season games, there's this kid 1 year older than me, right? So I was 16, he was 17. You're playing against fucking guys up to 21. And the GM went into this kid and said, "You got the green light." This is a fucking 17-year-old kid, and he was shaking in his boots, right? He doesn't know, but he's expected to fight. So like, that's kind of, this isn't junior for Christ's sake. So that kind of sucks. But then again, I saw him do it to another guy, and the guy was just fired. He literally looked at him and was like, "You don't even got to tell me. Like, I'm going everybody." So some people are just built differently, right? And it seems like this kid is, and that he lives for it, So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation maybe for another day, but I wouldn't look too much into it in this scenario. All right, moving on to the 10:30 p.m. time slot. Last game on the docket, we got the New Jersey Devils against the San Jose Sharks. Game itself is in San Jose. New Jersey on the money line sitting at -250. Sharks on the money line at +205. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off -105. The under -115. Devils on the puck line at -1.5 is sitting at +105 here. Dude, this Devils team scares the shit out of me. The fire Lindy Ruff chance, I don't even know where to begin with that. You guys got no goaltending. You can't get a fucking save. Look at Nico Dawes' record, dude. 7-8-0, 3.30 goals against average, .895 save percentage, and that's your good goalie that's cooking right now. So I don't know what to make of it, man. With that being said, Devils have been fine on the road, 15-10-2. Do I trust them to cover the puck line? No. -1.5. Am I going to bet them -250? No. Regulation, what's that sit at? Like -190 or something like that. There's not really a lot of value on this. Are they scoring at least lately? They're kind of scoring 11th in the league for, goals, averaging 3.29 per game. Maybe take like a Devils team total. Maybe like a decent play for this, but there's not really a lot else that I kind of like in this game. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, talk myself into taking the Sharks here because the Devils' goaltending is so bad. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. Maybe a Sharks team total. They did put up 6 in Calgary, 3 against Columbus, but got shut out by Vegas, 2 against Nashville. Devils, though, they just suck in net. So yeah, Sharks, if anything, maybe a Sharks plus 1.5, minus 125, and root for a close game, but nothing too strong.
What I did is I parlayed the Panthers money line with the Devils money line. It comes out to small plus number. Kind of recommend that. Just can't trust either team to win by margin right now, even against the lowly Sharks. The Devils goaltending isn't as much of a concern against a team that struggles offensively like the Sharks do. Probably the second worst offensive team next to the Blackhawks. Now they're without Logan Couture again. So, I think the Devils win this game. It's just a matter of attacking it, how to attack it. I'm not sure this one does go over because of the Sharks' impotence. And, no play in the total, but I do like the Devils. You could do the puck line, maybe just win like a 4-1. Sharks lose a lot of game like that. But what I did is I just did the Panthers and the Devils at a small plus number.
All right. Yeah, you ended like mid-sentence there, buddy. Caught me off guard, but that's all right. Okay, that wraps up the 12-game slate here. Consensus plays, Ryan. What do we got cooking?
Yeah, I think I may have missed a few in the middle. I'm not entirely sure. Vegas, Toronto, over 6.5 plus 100. Buffalo, Florida, under 6.5 minus 120. Red Wings minus 180. Jets regulation minus 125. Nashville minus 142. Vancouver minus 155. Then I think Avs minus 142 in the over 6.5 plus 100 there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the over in that.
All right, so that's some juicy ones there, but a few plus odds.
Worth noting, too, we got something special on the board. I know Jolie doesn't like it because he's on Vegas, but we got the old hockey gambling podcast, HGP, Calvin Pickard, parlay, baby. You can get the Leafs, the Flyers, and Colorado all on the money line together, paying off plus 454. We do not endorse parlays on this show, but we do endorse the hockey gambling podcast, Calvin Parlay of the Night, or Calvin Pickard Parlay of the Night, plus 454.
Add in the Canucks too. We got to find a player that played for all 4 of those teams, and we'll name it after them.
Well, it's got to be
only
Calvin
laugh. Wait,
did Pickard play for the Canucks?
Yeah, Pickard never played. No, he never did.
No.
You're not going to find a player played for all 4 teams right now.
All 4. Could you imagine? We'll do some digging. I'll do some digging and see if we can find
I'll find someone. All
right. Okay, let's move into lock dogs and totals here. Current standings. Obviously, Jolie's still in first. Record of 51, 48, and 3, up 4.13 units. Myself, record of 46 and 56, down 17.21 units. Ryan, a record of 41, 60, and 1, down 20.99 units. Gilbert, this is our home push, buddy. I keep saying this, and if we have any chance, we got to do something admirable to at least try and fucking push this close to being even. Ryan, why don't you go first? You haven't gone first in a while. Why don't you kick us off?
Let's fucking do it. My lock here is the Sabres, Panthers, under 6.5, minus 120. Should just be an under game there. I love that. Florida, very good under team. My dog, my Flyers here at home, plus 105. Should not be underdogs at home. Lightning are a bit scary, but Flyers should get it done. And then my total, changed this one a few times, but going with the Avs team total over 3.5 at plus 105. I think they easily score 4 against whoever they're playing.
Stars. Jets at home, regulation minus 125. The Blues have fucked me over a few times, but not this time. Jets are going to win comfortably. Dog, Knights plus 142. On the road against the Leafs, just a desperate team against the team smelling themselves a little bit in the Leafs. And total, Stars, Avalanche over 6.5 at even money. I think these games do tend to be higher scoring, and we're seeing the Avalanche be terrible defensively, make stupid mistakes, but their power play is still good. And with McKinnon on the ice, he's scoring goals for fun. The game's coming to him really slowly right now. So he can read the game better than he ever has before, and you can see it. Like if he's not helping the team, they're not winning. Like he had assists in every goal against the Leafs, and it's probably gonna be the same thing here. Just this guy's incredible, and he's carrying the team right now, and that'll lead to some scoring here because the rest of the team can't do shit without him.
All right, for myself, for my lock, I'm taking Nashville in regulation versus Ottawa, plus 105. Ottawa's in shambles tonight. You know, they have both goalies play. They're on a back-to-back with some travel. Forsberg let in 4 goals on 10 shots. Korpisalo let in 2 on 9. Not looking too great over there for goaltending in Ottawa. And then Nashville on a 5-game winning streak. All 5 of those wins have been in regulation. For my dog, I'm taking Florida on the puck line versus Buffalo plus 110 here. We talked about it. Florida's past couple games have been overtime loss and then an overtime win as well. But before that, all 5 of their wins before that were in regulation. They were a great team when it comes to division records. So I think they're going to be kicking the shit out of Buffalo plus 110. And then for my total, Leafs Vegas over 6.5 plus 110. 7 of the past 10 Leafs games have gone over the number at 6.5. And I think this is I don't know why this is like plus money. I guess we talked about it. Maybe the whole Vegas factor with Aiden Hill back and good defense. But I still like this until they give me a reason not to. So I got all dogs. I just noticed here. We're barking on the slate, boys. Let's go. It's a barking LDT.
Bark it up. According to Hockey Reference, there are 2 players who have played for the Flyers, Canucks, Avalanche, and Maple Leafs. First was Michel Petit, who played back in the 80s and 90s, and then Chris McAllister, who played in the 90s and 2000s. Not quite the Calvin Pickard parlay, but that's
doesn't roll off the tongue.
It's tough to find 4. Yeah,
tough to find 4. Any guy that played on 4 teams for anybody, I guess. Maybe not. What am I saying? People play on 4 teams all the time. Fuck me. Whatever.
Max Domi.
Max Domi. Hell yeah, baby. He's been on. I can name 4 off the top of my head. Montreal, Dallas, Arizona, Toronto. Like, I'm sure I'm missing a couple in the Columbus. I think he had a stint. I don't know. All right. Anything else you want to add before we wrap things up here, boys? No. All right. Everybody go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff in the world of sports. 12-game slate tomorrow on a Tuesday. That's going to be wicked. Baseball, basketball, MMA, NASCAR, golf. Tons of stuff in the world of sports. You can find all that information there. Be sure to check out all the other shows. Everybody does a killer job, especially at this time of the year. NFL draft will be, when is that? It's in like April or some shit, I think. That'll be
late
here.
April.
Right?
Joel, you got anything yet? I've been meaning to ask you.
Not lately. No, I have a few bets, but actually, Jaden Daniels for 2nd overall at a plus 150 or so. I think is a decent look with the Commanders looking to get a running quarterback, and he's the best option in that regard after Caleb Williams, of course. So if they trade up, then it's moot. But right now, I think that's a decent look.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing here there's NFL Combine odds for like the fastest 40-yard dash and shit. I did not know that was a thing.
Those are always fun.
Will bench press record be broken over 49.5 reps?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? That's animal stuff, bro. If you got an inside link into that, hook me up.
Wait till the Olympics, man. We're gonna get degenerate here.
Hell yeah, we are, baby. Let's go. I'm already prepping for next year's World Juniors too. Also, side note here, I'm gonna have to steal myself a new Toronto Argos jersey because my boy Chad Kelly might be getting himself into a little bit of trouble off the court or off the field here. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I might have to fucking steal something else. We'll see. Anyways, so shout out to the SGPN website. Do that. Check out Ryan's Fantasy Hockey articles. He's banging out. That's awesome. And of course, shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord, man. Discord's absolutely electric. Having a great time. Everybody's pumping up. Winning picks. Laughing at people that are coming in, being like, "What's the play tonight? What's the pick today?" Well, guess what? Go fuck yourselves. But everybody's having a good time nonetheless, which is great. So if you want to get in the Discord, but you're not, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll be sure to point you in the right direction, or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account. Social media assistant producer will get you going. He's a killer. He'll tell you everything you need to know. Or what you can do is you can start, go into a chat group and start monitoring like Olympics downhill skiing, slaloms, and luge and all this shit. And once you're in there, I guarantee you'll see our very own Joel Meyer in there just buzzing and shaking and, moving and kissing hands and shaking babies and getting all the inside information we need, because that's just the kind of guy he is, baby. When you're in there talking about what's the one where they hit the big jump on the skis? What's that called?
I don't know. It's the
I don't know what it's called. You know the one we're talking about, though. Everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. It's like a double event too, because they do they do that, and then they do the biathlon or the cross country skiing, right? Depending on the time, it'll
obviously.
Of course,
it's how far you jump. It'll give you a head start in the cross country skiing part of it.
I didn't know that, but that's fantastic. Now I'm glad I do. So hell yeah, when you're moving and shaking it there, you can reach out to our boy Jolie. He'll point you in the right direction for the Discord as well, baby.
Yeah, leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube. Shout out everyone that joins us in the live chat there. If not, you can still leave a comment. I'll read it here. I've read some comments from our good friend Doug Reed recently. So yeah, if you leave a comment, subscribe. We like all that stuff.
Right on, man. All right, everybody. My name is Talon Jenkins. You can find me at Twitter at Talon_Jenkins94. You can also find me going to give some love to my cat because my cat hasn't been fucking with me this show. So I'm going to go give him some treats.
I'm Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me trying to Google this name of this event, but I can't find it still. So I'm a bit late. So.
Get in the Discord. You can tell us in there.
Ski jumping. It's just called ski jumping.
Oh, that's creative.
That's anticlimactic, you know? And we can't say
Nordic Combine is the one that combines both. So there's just ski jumping is how far you can jump on the skis. And there's Nordic Combine, which combines the ski jumping with the cross country. So yeah,
wicked.
I'm rusty. Gotta get back in the groove.
They should do that ski. They should do that ski jump on the mini skis, little mini blades. That'd be fucking wicked, bro. Just broken ankles for days, though. But whatever. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.